Alright, so this is the lower body A workout, and this is the day after I did the 500 pull-ups, so I was absolutely exhausted, but we're starting off with stiff leg deadlifts, 275. I believe I get 8 here. So, I've got the straps on, and I was impressed that the blisters that were on my hands did not burst in this workout. But I guess the straps protected them. This is a Texas power bar, so the knurling on here is pretty sharp. So I was pretty impressed with the resilience of my hands here. And set number 3, usually I would do 5 sets here, but because I was feeling absolutely wiped from the pull-ups, I could not continue on with the deadlifts. Or I should say, I didn't want to continue on with the deadlifts, so I did hamstring curls after this. So what I'll do on these is I'll lean forward on top of the machine to get a bigger stretch on the hams. This is like what you'll see Milo Wolf doing. And then I did 2 sets here to make up for the 5 sets of stiff leg deadlifts that I would have done, but I only did 3 there, so I did 2 here, but I only recorded 1 set of this. I forgot to record the first, and then we're going to move on to split squats. Get some length and partials here at the end. So for the split squats, I'm using the prime wedge. This is a 15-degree wedge. Doesn't really matter the exact angle. And then I've got the weightlifting shoes on as well, so I've got a pretty big wedge on my heel there. And so that allows a lot of quad biasing for this lift. I barely feel my glutes at all while I'm doing these because of how much wedge I've got going on. And yet again, because of my hands that I'm strapped into the dumbbells. But yeah, these absolutely wreck my quads. So then after this, we're going to be moving on to leg press. And here I'm doing 3 sets. So I did 2 sets of the split squats, 3 sets here. So that's 5 for quads, 5 for hams. So the first set here, just doing a straight set, nothing to worry about, super easy. But then on the second set here, which I will have cranked up to 3 times speed so we can get through it a little bit faster, I'm going to do what I like to call my drop set of death. And so it's a drop set, removing just 1 plate from one side and then going to failure again and again, down until the weight becomes absurdly light and you can just keep doing it forever. Then also we'll have calves in here as well. So then immediately just superset in with calves. Got my bro here. He'll be helping me with the drop set of death. Just make sure you get super deep here, and I've told them to yell at me if I skip the pause at the bottom here. Just trying to remove the stretch reflex, just like you would on a pause bench. So for calves, it's really important to actually try and go to failure, because your calves will be absolutely screaming at you to stop, but they got so much more juice left in them. I probably even could have gotten more there on that set. So here comes the drop set of death. So I'll go to failure here. This was set number 3, so already exhausted, so I'm getting fewer reps. And then I'm having them remove just 1 plate, and then I'll keep going again. And the other thing I've got them doing for me is giving me some negative motivation. So they'll say things like, "Oh, you don't have another. It's okay, you can just give up." And that gets me fired up like nothing else. just lights a fire in your soul, and you know you have to try for that next rep. You can see after that I'm absolutely done for. I can barely think, just laying there, twitching. After this, my quads were huge. Never had a quad pump like when you do that set. Of course, you gotta hit the calves afterward as well. And a little intensity technique I do at the end of the calf raises is just hold in the bottom stretch position for a while, and that is agonizingly painful.